What's up, Raider Nation? We back. Finally back, man. Fucking training camp started and yeah, man. Well, our training camp hasn't started, but we had some guys come in for visits today and I don't know, man. I just big news. Big news is Mark we signed Marcus Peters, to a 1 year deal. I haven't really got the numbers. If anybody out there, has gotten the actual numbers of it, you can put it in the chat. But yeah, man, shit. Uh Marcus Peters, man, finally a Raider, man. Oakland native has officially signed a 1 year deal to become a Raider. Man, this is the kind of deal that I thought that I was expecting. I was expecting something around these lines where that's where I thought he wasn't pleased with the first time he went in. He thought he might have thought he had more value to him, so he went out and looked at in the market to see if he could get some more offers or anything like that. But I just think the market wasn't the market as a whole this offseason wasn't really big, you know what I mean, other than a handful of players, Hargraves and stuff like that, you know what I mean, Chauncey Gardner Johnson too. But we'll speak on that a little bit later. He was carted off the field today in practice. So I think it was today or a couple of days ago, but he was carted off the field. They're hoping it's not a season ending or surgery. I mean season ending injury, but yeah, he that's a good thing we didn't end up paying big money to sign him. But yeah, let's get back to Marcus Peters, bro. Marcus Peters. I mean, I know he's been struggling lately, but I just feel like it gives us more depth to our that secondary room to where we've struggled over the past couple years. You know what I mean? That's been one of our Achilles heels on defense. That and the linebacking position. I mean, the defense as a whole has been our Achilles heel pretty much. But I just feel like the Marcus Peters is gonna cause. I mean, it's going to bring a lot of competition to what I've been preaching. These last couple of weeks on these lives. You know what I mean? That's the best thing. That's the best thing in camp, man. Especially when you got young guys who are trying to make the team. You know what I mean? Young guys who are trying to make a name for themselves, and then old veterans like this who are trying to put themselves back on the map. You know what I mean? Because I know that they've heard him along with him, Chandler Jones. They hear stuff. I mean, they're on social media as well, bro. So I'm pretty sure that they hear things about like they're not the same as they were or anything like that. It's so uh, basically, you get guys like this, to where it's a cheap deal. It's going to be a cheap deal, a 1 year deal. So it's really not it's not going to hurt. Next year to where money opens up. If he plays good, we can extend the olive branch again, and maybe give him another 1 or 2 year deal. All depends on I think performance, but I just think it just brings in good competition, man, for everybody, for like Jacorian Bennett, for the Sam Webbs, all of those guys, man. Brandon Faison, even like the Duke Shelley, the David Long Jr. Those guys are all they're gonna benefit from this, man, because even if he's lost a step or anything like that, he's been in this league long enough and he's performed in this league long enough and good enough to where just his mind itself, is a plus because he can instill, placement on these guys, where to put their hands on, where to on he's familiar with more of the you know lining up against number ones, for a period of time in his career. So he can, he's able to break down number one receivers more to these young guys, and it's just I just feel like he has something to prove, man, and he's a Raider fan, man. I don't think he came over here just to like let his career die. He's barely turned 30 years old, man. I know that 30 years old. I mean, in other positions seems pretty old, but I just think he could have some years left. I also feel he suffered from that Achilles, man, to where last year he got a full year back. He did struggle, but I also feel like that was part due to because he's getting back. He's getting back to where like they say, bro. When you get injured from a Achilles tear, I mean, it's not like it used to be. It used to be career ending, but now it's like you're gonna have to take your times to you're gonna have to take your time to first rehab it, and then to get back to where you were before the injury. You know what I mean? So I just feel that last year, he did have his struggles, but I just feel with 1 year now under him, being healthy again, and then another training camp, signing before training camp starts, I just feel like that's gonna benefit him, dog. A lot, especially he's a Raider, man. He's a Raider at heart. He said it before. I just feel like he's gonna come and I don't feel like he might be the Pro Bowl, cornerback that he was, but I feel like he could be a solid piece to this secondary, man. I just feel like that he has some. I think he has some left in the tank. Maybe not, not what he used to be, but I just feel he has stuff to prove, man. Guys have off years. I mean, especially when you're changing teams and stuff like that. I just feel like changing teams, all the changing teams from him, and then the injury, his Achilles injury, missing a whole year of football. I just felt like that had to do with a lot of his struggles last year. I feel like this year I mean, reports are that it was a very impressive workout. I mean, it's just a workout, but I mean, a lot of guys, you don't get that, you don't get the extras when you hear signings. Like you'll hear them come in for a workout, but you'll hear they just got signed because it was I mean, they came in for a workout and they just left with the contract. But for reports to be coming out that it was an impressive workout, and that he just felt like he's back to what he was before his injury and stuff like that. So I feel that hey, that's good to hear, man. I mean, that's actually great to hear, man, because that's one position where I think the NFL is going to a passing league, and it's been going that way. It's been going that way for a while now. So uh, cornerbacks are they're essential to I think to your defense succeeding in this league, man. So that big ups to I think the Raiders signing him today. I mean, I know that I would have been kind of mad if they would have signed him to a bigger deal, but his the 1 year deal, and then I don't think I think it's like four, or I think it maybe from what I heard is like 4 year 4 million, and with incentives can get up to five or something like that. But I think it's a good deal, man, for him, for a corner, especially in this league. I mean, you got corners and some corners that are making almost $30 million in this league. You know what I mean? So a guy like that who's been to Pro Bowls. I mean, not what he was, of course, but just something that I think is going to be it's going to be beneficial to us, especially on the defensive side, man. I just think the rotation is going to be better. Him being able to be in guys' ears, and coaching them up, especially the young guys, the Jacorian Bennett's, the Sam Webbs. I think it's gonna be good, man. I think it's gonna be good, and we have a. I mean, if not, so who are our starters now? If he's able to come back to anything that he was, I mean, you got Hobbs and you got Peters, and then you could have Duke Shelley, Amik Robertson in the slot. You know what I mean? If you're gonna play four corners, you could have both of those guys in, and then you still got a plethora of other guys who in Brandon Faison, Sam Webb. You know what I mean? Who's the other guy? Sam Webb, Brandon Faison, Jacorian Bennett. There's just a bunch of corners that I just think that are gonna like those seven corners right there, man. There's just right there. I think we've improved a lot in that aspect of our defense. Now it's up to see. I think our linebackers are gonna get better because I think Diablo's gonna come in with something to prove. I personally like Tyler Hall. Yeah, that's the other guy, Joel. Tyler Hall for sure. Tyler Hall is another guy, man, who there's a lot of high hopes for him too, man. And Kukev, you're I like Amik, bro. I like Amik. I mean, I was talking shit. I've said my talked my crap about him, over the years and stuff like that. But he has showed me, a little bit more. Every year he has been getting a little bit better and better. So I do feel where he can be part of this team, but I also feel like with the amount of corners that we have, it's gonna be tough, man. Especially with the competition in training camp, man. It's gonna be pretty tough to say who's gonna actually make the team, man, because there's gonna be a lot of competition out there. And as far as linebackers, I like Spillane. I like Spillane coming into the fold as a leader. You know what I mean? Especially coming from a defense, especially coming from a team that's coached well, like a Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? So I just think he's coming from a well coached organization to where he's gonna instill leadership in that. He might not, he might have his faults at coverage and stuff like that, or whatever you want to say about that. But I just feel his leadership tangibles are gonna play a big part in this defense just because he comes from that type, and he comes from a well coached organization in Mike Tomlin, and those guys out there in Pittsburgh, bro. So I just feel that that's gonna be a big upgrade as well. I just feel that's why I feel that the defense as a whole, I don't feel like we're gonna be like these gangbusters or anything like that. But I just feel like that it's gonna be much improved from what we saw last year, especially with some of these guys in their second year in this system. I think for sure that that these guys are gonna play better. Of course, there was some injuries last year to where I think played a big part in some guys. Especially on the line. I think Chandler Jones was never healthy. He has also something to prove. And then our safeties. I mean, Morig has something to prove. I like I love our signing in Marcus Epps, man. So that's another leadership. We brought in another leadership for in that group. You know what I mean, in the back end, because I mean, that dude started every game for a Super Bowl contending team last year, man. So I just feel we're gonna be like the middle of the pack, bro, and that's all I've been asking for anyway. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we kind of. I mean, a best case scenario, a worst case scenario, I think we're not worse than last year. I just think we're overall, and this is just defensive talk. I just think that defensively, we've gotten better. I feel like there's guys with something to prove. I feel like there's, they're playing under a second year, so guys are gonna be more accustomed to play calls, more accustomed to putting guys in positions like safeties, putting guys in positions to better positions basically. And because you could see that a lot in film last year, man, to where they were trying to still catch the playbook on the fly, because you know what I mean. Like Patrick Graham's defense is a little it's not as, I wouldn't say as difficult to pick up as uh, other defenses, but it's just guys get more comfortable with more playing in that system and stuff. And I just feel like this year is gonna be that year where the Max Crosby's, I think even Chandler Jones, and Max Crosby. That's saying a lot too. I think Max Crosby's gonna. He hasn't got to his peak yet. You know what I mean? You hear guys like Lane Johnson saying, uh, "Oh shit, how yeah, for sure, Pyro." Yeah, bro. It's just like I just don't. I don't. I just feel like that it's gonna be a lot. A lot better, bro. I just feel like Tyree Wilson's gonna come into the fold. I think they're bringing him along slow. It was expected that they were gonna put him on the unable to perform list or whatever. Like not the so. I just think they're bringing him along slow, and that's good though. I mean, that's why we got Chandler Jones. I know he was a disappointment last year, but I mean he was starting to come around once we got Tillery. So I feel that with the whole year now, with Tillery here being here now, you know, for basically the whole half of last year, and then you know coming in now for a whole for OTAs now training camp. I just feel that that's going to help out on the defensive line, especially with guys like Byron, and like, yeah, like Brian Young. I know he is on the on the fucking on the what is it, the IR. I know he went on the IR list, but I just feel like it's more. I think that they're trying to bring him along slowly too. I feel like he tweaked a little something in practice, so I just feel like they're it's a precautionary thing, bro. I just feel like that's gonna be he will see some time, but then you got guys, second year guys like Neil Farrell, Matthew Butler, Bilal Nichols, who's in his second year in this scheme as well too. So, bro, I just feel like the defense as a whole is gonna be better, and I'm not just talking about because of the Marcus Peters signing. I'm talking about because it's just the players that we have on here, and I just the players that they went out and got, like a Jaquan Johnson, man. He's gonna be another guy who in the safety position also is gonna be another, who's gonna make the team. You got guys like Jaquan Johnson, Christopher Smith, you got Trayvon Morig, you got Gravy's guy, what's his name? Little dude, forget for the I keep forgetting his name, but yeah, special teams guys. But bro, I just feel like everywhere you see on defense, there's competition, and I think that's what's going to make us perform better. I just feel like last year we got lazy to where guys weren't looking over their shoulders like that. Guys weren't looking over their shoulders and getting their in like basically threatened to be fucking their jobs being taken, bro. It's just like I feel like this year, you got a lot more competition, a lot more stuff riding, a lot more guys with things to prove. You know what I mean? Because they had off years last year. So that I mean that right there, bro. That in itself, the Raiders. I think the Raiders are here to fucking. They're gonna compete this year, man. They're gonna compete this year, and I feel like they're going at the end of the year. A lot of people are gonna be surprised where we're at, man. I have, there's a lot of people out there talking that this move might have been made us from 5 to 6 wins, but there's no way, bro. Like I don't like the offense as a whole, especially with that. That was another big news coming across, this weekend with Jimmy G, passing his physical. So that's big time too, man. Now we don't have to worry about that. You don't have to drag it along, to game one and all this stuff to see if we're gonna have a healthy quarterback or what's gonna happen. That's all settled, and the only thing at hand now is JJ, Josh Jacobs, man, and I feel like with all the news coming up, with the Marcus signing, with the Marcus Peters signing, with Jimmy G getting healthy, and all of this stuff, I just feel like Jacobs also, he's a smart dude, man. So he sees what's going on. I feel like he wants to see what route. I think he wanted to finish seeing where this team is heading, man. If are they gonna have are they gonna have a healthy quarterback? You know, what I mean, was he gonna pass his physical? That checked off. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wasn't, waiting on Marcus Peters, but that also has to be like, like okay, you know what I mean? That's something else that's gonna help out to this defense. It's another thing in his mind, you know what I mean? Hey, this team has a lot of potential, man. I mean, a lot of potential to where I think a lot of people are sleeping on. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the potential of this team, man. Just because if you look at other teams, yeah, they're top heavy, but they don't have competition, or they're not as deep, I think, as we are in our second positions. And don't get me wrong, you do have to have, those star type players, but we're not short of them. You know what I mean? We're definitely not short of those star players. We got Devontae Adams, bro. We got Max Crosby. I mean, if Josh Jacobs resigns, we got Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? We like it's just, Chandler Jones was once a star here. I mean, if he could come back to form, that's another guy. It's a big name. So it's like there's guys on this team that we have the start, like some of the star power on here, man. We got Hunter Renfro, who's had an off year last year, but he tied a Raider record that had been intact for years, bro. So it's like, Jacoby Myers, who's a solid receiver. Like, we got one of the better offensive tackles in the league in Colton Miller. So I just think like overall, bro, like our team, I think we don't lack that star power. I mean, and then we're deep as well, bro. I just feel like at every position, offensive line, we got guys that are gonna battle. We're gonna there's gonna be battles in this off season, bro. With from the Mumford to the Parker and Illuminor for that other tackle spot. And then you got the guard spot where you got Bars, Moody, you got other guys, that are passing my mind right now, but it's just at the the running back position. If JJ is if JJ happens to does sit out for a couple games or not, I mean I know we got unproven guys, but we got guys I think back there that are going to be able to at least carry the ball to where if it gets if it gets too crazy, I think Josh Jacobs at the end of the day, because this is my belief. At the end of the day, even if Josh Jacobs sits out a game or two, he will be a Raider this year, bro. Like I just don't have, in my mind, I do not feel there's not going to be a team out there that's going to give up the compensation for one for Jacobs plus the deal that he's asking for. So that right there, I just feel like that right there, I think derails what he wants, and I think that's why the leverage is all on the Raiders. The Raiders have all the leverage because there's no teams out there. There hasn't been any reports or anything like that, dog, of teams out there, trying to go get them. There's little rumors or stuff like that, but actual reports of teams actually calling the Raiders or shit like that, where you see actual facts of teams trying to go out and actually make a legitimate shot at getting Jacobs. I haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it, him or Barkley, bro, because there's no team out there willing to give up that compensation, which it might be even if it's not a first round, they're gonna have to give up something. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to give up first or second or something like that, to where they're not gonna want to give up that. Plus, they're gonna have to give up what is his number? Maybe 13, 14 million a year, 15 million a year. That's another thing. That's another, roadblock in the way. There's no, I just have no, there's no shot. I'm like 99.9% sure he's not going to another team, bro. There's no other team who's going to give him that. There's just not. There's as much as teams want a running back, as much as some teams that need a running back, like I see right here. Let's see, look at Bills running back just got hurt. But the Bills running back just got hurt, but they have no money. First of all, they got, their draft picks. I mean, are they going to give up the draft picks? Are they going to give um are they going to give Jacobs what they want? Are they going to give Jacobs what he wants? It's just not feasible, bro. It's not feasible for him to go to another team. This is what I will say though. If he does perform to his, anything comparable to last year, the Raiders are going to have to cough up and probably have to break the bank for him next year, because that's going to be 2 years in a row. That's going to be damn near close to breaking the all-time, rushing yards for the franchise, and you're gonna have the money available, and it's just gonna be, and he's gonna be a free agent. So next year, I just feel like he would have a more of a chance to go into a team that he would might you know feel like that might give him a better chance to win, or might give him a better contract. But this year, I just, if he don't sit out the whole year, he ain't playing. He's not gonna. If he sits out the whole year, he's not gonna play. But he ain't gonna be playing for another team. He will play for the Raiders if he plays this year, for sure. That's just that, and that's why I'm not worried one bit about the Jacobs situation. I hear all of these lies with the Jacobs this, Jacobs that, and I've been part of them, so I'm not gonna say like it's getting on my nerves or anything like that. But I'm just saying like it's I'm just hearing so much about it, but in my mind, I just don't worry about it, bro. It's because it's like this happens year in, year out, bro. Like guys sit out, and the only guy actually that's ever done it is Le'Veon Bell, and look at what happened to his career after that happened. I bet you if you ask him now, that same if you ask him now, does he regret that decision? I bet you 100% he does regret that decision because he took off a year off of his he took a year off of playing, never came back the same, and he just ended up actually losing more money than he made because if he would have just took the deal that the Steelers had offered him in the first place, he probably never would have fell off. I mean that's saying big time, but he had the offensive line there. He had he had the scheme. He was comfortable in that scheme, and he's just the running back position is already a dying position, and you trying to do the like go to another team or do this like that. It's just I just feel I have a feeling. I'm not a feeling. I just feel that it's not running backs. How you say like beggars can't be choosers right now, bro. Like it's just gonna be like they're gonna basically $10 million is gonna be a good year for him because he's not gonna be able to do he's just not gonna be able to do it, bro. Because no team is gonna give that up. So at the end of the day, Jacobs will be a Raider. And if Jacobs is a Raider, bro, with the Marcus Peters signing, with all the signings that we made in the offseason, I just feel like our only question mark now is can McDaniels right the ship? That's a big question mark. But now he has no excuses really because now he's not coming into his first year where guys you know are probably not gonna buy in. He's taking the time to get his own guys in here. Patriots West. So he's taken the time and he's done all of that to be that to basically get this team to where he wants it to be. You know what I mean? It's embodying. This team is embodying, him and Patrick Graham on the defensive side. So now I just feel like the sky's the limit. I feel the sky's the limit, bro, and I just feel like Jimmy G is gonna surprise a lot of people, man. I have a feeling he's gonna make it through the whole year. I know that's a big thing to say. It's a big statement, big bold statement to say. But I'll stand on that, man. I'll stand on that shit. I'll stand on that. Jimmy G will be healthy this year, bro. I think Jimmy G will be healthy this whole year for the simple fact that we don't have Shanahan on our we don't have Shanahan on our coaching staff. Shanahan loves to kill his quarterbacks, bro. I feel the ball's gonna be out of Jimmy's hand a lot faster. You know, Jacobs is gonna be carrying a lot of the load when he is in there. Guys like Trey Turner, guys like Jacoby and Renfro are going to be catching those short passes to those little China routes, and then you got the big dog, man. You got the big dog on the outside who can run every route imaginable. You got Da, bro. You got the best receiver in the league. I just don't like. I just can't. And then you got Dylan Parham, who's I think one of the better already, guards in this league. You got an ascending, center in James. You got one of the better tackles in Colton Miller. And then I think you got, to me, I mean, I know a lot of guys out there are penciling in Illuminor, penciling in, Parker or Illuminor to be that other tackle. But I just have a feeling at the end of the day, Mumford is going to take that job. I seen a lot in Mumford last year, man. His feet, one of the things that was brought up about him, about when he was coming out of college, is that his feet weren't good. That he might play guard in the NFL, and that's one of the things that I think that he actually was one of the better parts of his game. His footwork, bro. His feet work to be able to stay with the defensive end. To why were they bringing him in as an extra tight end and stuff like that, bro? I just feel like he's learned a lot in one year, and I just feel he comes from a program where it's a big program. There was a lot of guys there, and I just feel like he went under the radar. He went late, and I just feel Mumford is going to take that job. At the end of the day, I think Mumford is going to take that job, and I just feel the only up in the air for me position on the line is I think the other guard spot, which for me it's Moody, but you got people out there penciling in, bars and stuff like that. But Moody for me, man, that dude's. I mean, if he could just relax, and play to the actual whistle, not after the whistle, I think that dude can be a fucking mauler, man. That dude Moody, his his tendencies and stuff like that can get him in trouble sometimes because he plays beyond the whistle. But his physicalness, his wanting to pancakes, fucking guys, out there. I just feel like he's the type of guy who, if he can just get that under control, bro, just like playing to the whistle, not after the whistle, he can be, he could be that other solid guard right there, bro. And then we got a five solid guys on the line, man. I mean, that's another thing that's gonna help out Jimmy G, bro. And then, oh man, it's just I'm ex- I feel excited, bro. As far as other people who are maybe not as excited or anything like that, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like if one thing is to say, you don't have confidence. Hold on one second, real quick. One thing I think is to say that you don't have confidence, in McDaniel's coaching ability and like that. But as far as players and as far as like, I think just the product that we're gonna put on the field, bro. I just feel we're talent wise and stuff like that. I feel like we're gonna be able to compete with any team. We were able to compete with almost any team last year, bro. We were there to basically every game except for what, like the Chiefs last game and the Saints game. Those are basically like the only two games we weren't in all season. This team is going to make some noise, especially with the difference in the red zone. That right there is where I think those extra wins are going to come in hand, bro. Those extra wins are going to be, instead of kicking 3 points, and have Daniel Carlson march out there because you go stagnant in the red zone. It seems like you're allergic when it seems like you're allergic to scoring a touchdown once you get into the 20-yard line. You know what I mean? I think he's the worst quarterback in the last, I think, 10 or 15 years, dead last at 33%. In is his 33, I think, is his rating in the red zone, bro. And you guys know who I'm talking about from last year, bro. Like, and when you compare it to Jimmy G as, like, I think the third or fourth best in the league since he's been in the league. You know what I mean? I just feel that part of our game is going to, it's just gonna put more points on the board, and then especially with our defense, I think is gonna be more adequate. I just think that's gonna be the recipe for wins. That's gonna be the recipe for more wins, bro, and that's gonna have us in the end. At the end of the day, at the end of the season, that's gonna have us in position to be, where we want to be in the wild card race, in the division race and stuff like that, to where I feel like we're going to be a team battling for those wild card positions at the end of the year, man. Because I mean, I'm not gonna jump off the edge and say that we're gonna win the division, because we do have the defending champs in our division. So you know that I won't disrespect them that much. But I mean, even though fuck them, fuck the Chiefs, you know what I mean, fuck the Queefs. But I'm not gonna go as far as disrespect that, as in saying because then I would just be, I think that's just cat. But as far as being there at the end and battling for a wild card, I just feel like there's nothing on our team, like personnel wise, that I feel that we can't get that. The only question is, can McDaniels bring it all together? And before I go on, shit, let me bring out somebody from backstage. We got the homie backstage from Fresno, California, Mr. Dirty Low. What's
What's
up, man? Chilling, chilling.
sorry to be
What you think about the news, man? What you think about the news?
what news? What's going on? I have no clue what's going on.
Marcus, your Gravy's favorite player, dog. You just signed with the Raiders.
Oakland's in the building, baby. From the East Bay to Las Vegas, baby. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Where's Gravy at?
Yes, sir. Still no DTs. I feel like we got DTs, man. I feel like the the thing is that our defensive line got a lot better once we got Tillery, and I feel like our second year guy like Neil Farrell Jr. I think guys like Bilal Nichols. I mean, he's the one guy that I'm iffy about. I feel like he needs to perform because they signed him to a pretty good deal, and he didn't really do shit last year. He was injured most of the year, but I mean, with getting John Jenkins, and then getting a guy like Jordan Willis, also is gonna help out the guy that we got for the 49ers. Those type of guys are gonna help out the rotation, bro, along with Tillery. So I just think, as far as DTs, we're a lot better than last year. We might not be, to where we want to be, but we're a lot better than last year. I feel also you're gonna get guys to help out in the inside, like a Tyree Wilson when he does get healthy, like a Chandler Jones when like you guys gotta rotate them in, and or have that fast package, like that NASCAR package. So what to say, So I just feel like the defensive line is gonna get better as a whole, regardless, just by the guys that they've added, the guys that are coming into their second year, and the guys that have something to prove.
Now, I pretty much agree with what everything that you're saying, but I don't see the big splash. Like, even though shout out Gravy and shit, even though Gravy was kind of like along the lines of stating like, you know what I mean, that he's not going to be effective or whatever. Or not the only way he's going to be effective if they move him back. But the thing is, though, it's a 1 year deal. It's a 1 year deal. I don't even know for how much. Probably maybe four at that tops. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, bro, like all it's gonna do is give depth and give challenge. Give these younger guys. All these guys have 1 year deals. A lot of these guys, David Long, fucking Epps, all these guys have 1 year prove it deals, bro. So one of
Yeah,
these guys are gonna have to stand up and stand out, and then by the end of the season, they're gonna have to be balling out, and they're gonna have to earn this position. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
And
it's
then
like they're gonna have to, yeah.
another thing we don't account for a lot though too, like, and a lot is like player development, though. Like, is we still don't know how much better is Diablo gonna get. I mean, how
Mhm.
is Masterson gonna get better? You know what I mean? Are those guys gonna get better? Like, is Neil Farrell Jr. He's been preaching? Is he gonna get better? So all of those things have to come into account too. Like, I just feel like all those things are gonna come in and play a better part in this year's team for sure, bro. It's just because it's like I just think that it's I don't know. I just feel like it's all coming together.
Yeah. So the deal is worth up to 5 million. It's not 5 million. He could get up to 5 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could get with
Shout
the
out
incentives.
Sean just said that, and then Wash Sea Wash said that shit too. So the fuck. Sorry about that. Anyways, but no. But like, so I think him just coming into it and just being a little bit more effective and one of the kind of like his later years and that 1 year deal. I don't even think he's going to get up to the 5 million. You know what I mean? Um, Charles
I mean,
saying
if
that
he
he's
does,
gonna,
to be honest, I would like that shit because that means he's playing good.
and see, that's another thing too that I also wanted them to do. I wanted to give them a incentive based deal because look, some of these players that that they have the last couple of years left, they're going to really, really ball out and try to give it their all. You know what I mean? Even though Marcus Peters has also been kind of like a knucklehead and all kinds of different things, right? He's been kind of how would you say it? Kind of problems on and off the field. He's fought with like Derek Carr. That was probably another reason why he didn't come because of Derek Carr. You know what I mean? I don't want to put that out there, but there was a couple years back when he was actually right before he went to the Ravens. They're saying he was going to come and stuff like that, but that was the same year that all that shit was going on with fucking with Peters and Lynch was on there. He had to come off the field to stop the whole thing and shit like that. So that could be possibly something. But the 5 year incentive is probably the best fucking bet all the ways around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
like
me,
I,
I would
I
have
don't
given him
even
stats.
I don't even feel like we're gonna be that much better on defense. Like 'cause this signing is not like I was saying earlier. I don't feel like this signing is gonna put us like that. This shit's like, oh shit, like breaking
Mm.
news. What I do feel though is that our defense will be better than last year. I mean, our defense will be better. How much better? I don't know, but it will be better. And as far as the offense, I just feel like that's where the wins are going to be translated out, because in the offensive side, when we get into the red zone, we're not gonna be anemic. We're not gonna be like if somebody's fucking allergic to scoring fucking touchdowns once they get into the 20-yard line. You know what I mean? With the
Right.
33 fucking rating, and you know what I mean, with the worst fucking that I think in history in fucking in the red zone, bro. So it's
Yep.
like that type of shit right there translates a lot of losses because you instead of getting going 6 and 7 points, you're trading off. You're trading 7 for 3 almost all the time.
Yeah.
So like that right there, like your defense doesn't need to get that much better because we were in every game as it was with our defense being that bad. So I just think with an increment of being better on defense, our offense will pick up the slack that our last year's offense couldn't in the
Basically,
red zone.
what a football team needs to do.
Exactly. That's why I feel like we're gonna be there in the end. It's
Yeah.
not like that. I feel like, oh shit, we're gonna be gangbusters now. Now we're gonna be good on offense. Because as far as offense, I mean, I would fucking look up all the fucking offenses in the league, and you can't name me fucking. I think 5 offenses that are as a whole better than the Raiders, bro. As a whole offense, like you can't name me 5 offenses that are better than the Raiders as a whole. So that's
As of
why I'm
right now,
saying
no.
if you can get that defense just incrementally better, not fucking going from top
Leaps
20
and
from
bounds.
26 to fucking from top 10. I'm saying top 15, top 16.
Yes.
Like right there. That right there is just that would be perfect, bro. Right there you'll be there in the end.
See, basically, the offense, the way the NFL set up now, it's a scoring league. You know what I mean? They're going to be throwing the ball. They're going to be putting that shit up there. And numbers are going to be putting up. It's that one, maybe that two stop, maybe that field goal, stopping them on a third down. You know what I mean? That's what we were missing. These fucking plays that are overextended. What was it? 4th and 22, and they got a fucking like 60 yards or something stupid to that effect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like our defense has been shit. You know,
For a long
Washington's
time.
been saying it, right? It's horrible, horrible. I remember watching fucking what's the name's defense. Um, Paul, what was it? Paul what? Paul Gunther? Was it Gunther's
Oh god,
defense?
oh fuck his
I
fucking
remember watching him line up the guys, and
his
I'm like, oh,
fucking
bro, they're gonna get burnt. They're gonna get burnt, bro. Like I can see the fucking play. Like, oh, it's a
his
wrap.
fucking calculus type
Oh
fucking his,
my
his
god, bro.
AP
Like,
calculus type defense and shit.
yeah,
Fucking he's like confusing everybody and shit. Like that shit.
bro.
That defense is just
Running a horrible
unnecessary.
nickel at all times, and he's just making like he would run like a light nickel, and that was stupid because pretty much we didn't have players, and that's one of the biggest things that you guys got to realize. We haven't had a good set of players. Peters is only taking up a roster spot. Yes, that is true, but the thing is,
I
though,
mean, I
he's a
think
fucking douchebag, and he's a douchebag and a dog. Now, well, let me not want to say douchebag. He's probably a good dude, but he's a fucking dog. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if he gets these guys mad to where they have to fight for that position. I'm with it. One other
I
thing I
wouldn't say
want
old. I would say more he's losing a
season,
step. He's losing a step for sure, but old because he's only turned. I think he was 29, just turned 30.
yeah,
So as far as old, he's not that old, but he is losing a step. I would say that. But also, you got to take into effect that he did lose a whole year of football, and then he came back. You know what I mean? And you know how they say when you have an Achilles, dog. First of all, it's going to take you almost a year to get to rehab it, and then it's going to take you basically almost another half a year to get back, or even attempt to get back to where you were at before the injury. So that right there, having him play all last year with the Ravens and not actually getting hurt, that was actually a good sign of like, okay, his at least his Achilles held up. You know what I mean? The whole season. So now it's getting that step back into where he's reports out of today's fucking a workout were that it was a very impressive workout to where they didn't let him leave the room and they fucking inked him in right then and there.
mhm.
So I mean we're gonna see, bro. We're gonna see if he can get even back to where a percentage of what he was before.
So this is the thing. So you got Long, you got everybody. Who else is on the corners?
We
Um,
got we got Hobbs, we got
Okay, well that's what I was. Not Hobbs. Forget
Duke
Hobbs. I'm
Shelley,
saying everybody else.
Duke Shelley. We got David Long
Long
Jr. We
Junior.
got Tyler
Face on.
Hall. We got Sam Webb, Faison.
So
I know. And then if you want to go all like all the defense DBs, we got Jaquan Johnson,
mhm.
Christopher Smith, um, Trayvon Morig, and then what's fucking Gravy's guy, the guy that came from the Chargers.
Face on.
No, the other guy, the small one, the one he was talking about yesterday.
Oh, we got a Meek too. A Meek.
Oh yeah, Meek Robertson too, but
Yeah.
the other dude, fuck, I can't remember his fucking name, dog.
Crosby,
Oh,
Hall, Meek.
Ja'Cory and Bennett, our rookie, Epps.
So this is what we got. This is what we got. Marcus Peters, fast face on. David Long, Aziz Hearn, Nate Hobbs, Tyler Hall, Meek Robinson, Bryce Crosby, Duke Shelley, Jacorian Bennett, Sam Webb, Jordan Perryman. That's the cornerback room.
Oh, so we don't have what's his name? Remember the guy that we had?
Harris. You talking about Harris?
No. It's a
Yes,
fucking
then.
small guy. He played 30. He wore number 33 last year.
I can't remember who wore 33 last year. That's a good one. Well, regardless of all that shit, right?
Bro, we talk about him a lot, and I just his fucking name is going fucking past my mind right now, dog.
Yeah, but regardless of all that, all I was saying, I was watching a little bit of the Blackout Network. They had Hobbs on there. I guess Raider Cody has a show. I didn't even know that. Teamer. There you go. Roderick Teamer. So but no, he had Hobbs on there, right? And I watched the interview, and I just kind of jumped through it and whatnot. Now, he was saying that Hobbs was saying that the game slows down for him in the slot. He says he feels more comfortable there. He can feel wherever he needs. But see, the thing is, though, with Peters coming, that kind of gives that number one spot, right? So Peters is going to be our number one fucking cornerback, right, at the moment. So pretty much, Pyro said he's more comfortable at slot. Because he was like, when you're out there on the island, you're about there by yourselves. He goes, it's a little bit more different. He goes, he's only got the one guy on top of me. He goes, I know where the rest of the defense is. When you're out there on the island, it's a little bit different. He goes, I'm gonna be physical. I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that guy. He goes, he feels more comfortable in the slot. So with that, that's gonna give the number one, which is basically Marcus Peters and everybody else, a shot to get that number two spot. So that's going to create a lot of competition. And then, like somebody stated that he's not coming in here to fucking do anything. Who said it right now? He's not coming in to be a leader or some shit like that. Somebody said
he's not coming in to be like basically. Well, I see that message too. It was like basically not. You didn't give it for. It's right here. It's somewhere right here.
Yeah.
I think it was right here. Oh, right here. Yeah, he ain't mentoring nobody, but he is a dog and a competitor, so that might bring something. Like, because
he's not going to mentor nobody, right? So he's not going to mentor nobody. So he's going to try to take those positions and then be like, he's going to have that fuck you attitude. So I like that shit. The reason why I like that is because that brings the best out of you. That's competition. If he's an old man, get that position. If he can do something better than you, man, let's see you do something better. They're bringing these old guys in, and I'm saying he's older because I'm not saying for Earth, but I'm just saying for the NFL. They're bringing these guys in to create the competition and then go against one of the better offenses in the league. You know what I'm saying? It's a stacked fucking offense. So no matter what, I think personally, if like Ken is saying, keep Hobbs in the slot, but you also got to remember you got a dog like a Meek.
I think this allows to put Hobbs, more in the slot too, because now you got guys like, Peters to play the outside. You got guys like Faison to play outside. You got guys like, Duke Shelley who has played outside. So now Hobbs can play more in a comfortable position where he kind of excelled in his rookie year, and you still got a Meek because there's a lot of teams that run four wide receiver slots. I mean 4 wide receiver sets, so you might have to have 2 slot corners in there at the same time. So having a Meek and Hobbs, that's big, bro. Having a Meek and Hobbs, and then you could have like a David Long Jr. or Faison, and then Peters on the other side. I mean that right there, I just like that lineup. You know what I mean? I like those type of lineups, bro.
Yep.
They're
hey, check this shit out, bro. I seen fucking what was it? What's that guy? Fucking Nick Wright? What's the one fucking?
Fucking weird ass motherfucker.
him and some white cat, and then what's the other redheaded black cat?
Chris,
Huh?
Chris Broussard.
Broussard, yeah. They were going back and forth, and when they brought up fucking Jimmy G's coming back, they were just fucking laughing, bro. They're like, "Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing," and they were just fucking ripping him, bro. Like they're like, "Ah, Jimmy G's coming back." Nobody, nobody likes McDaniel's, dog. Nobody likes this motherfucker, bro. Like they were just ripping him on what he did and try to make it blame it like it was all on him, bro. And they were fucking laughing at Jimmy G, bro. I got pissed off, bro. Man, I hope these motherfuckers just run. We are gonna run this fucking table, bro. I want these motherfuckers to shut the fuck up, bro. It's like it's pissing me off because they
Yeah,
they
some of
they've
them are
been in
just.
on them, bro.
It's just basically because I feel like it's just it's the narrative. It's the easy thing to do. You know what I mean? When the team is in that type of turmoil during the off season, it's easy to make fun of that team. But I just feel like they're running. I like it this way because they're running like under the radar type of shit. Like I feel like there's a lot of solid pieces that we have to this team to where it's gonna open up a lot of eyes and catch a lot of people by surprise.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People are not gonna be, like they're gonna. Who knows? They might even fucking take it lightly too. But like shit, and that's on them. That's not on us. I
Yep.
feel like that's just gonna just help out all the way around, bro. And I just feel we're gonna be there in the end. We're gonna be there in the end to battle for one of these fucking playoff positions.
For me, bro, like one of the biggest things that I really didn't look into it, and I didn't really want to put no issue on it. I just want to talk about the players that were on the team now that OTAs are going to be starting and shit like that. I really started looking into Jimmy G's injury, bro. And now that he's here and like now it's official, he's going to be on the fucking field.
There's a doctor who explains it on YouTube. Like,
I seen that shit.
you seen that shit?
I see that
That
shit.
was it's a freak accident, dog. The way he fucking that way he did it. Like anybody in football would get hurt with that type of tackle.
Yeah,
Anybody in football
yeah. Ending careers, bro. The way it was awkwardly land on it, his whole knee was on him, dragging him down. He was awkward. It was a high knee
from
sprint
behind,
from
and then
behind, bro.
he's like getting like horse collared when then the fool's knees on his leg and getting pulled back, and his fucking leg is stationary in one spot, like while the other fool's whole weight is on that fucking thing. Like that shit is like
Nobody for me,
recipe for disaster.
right? And I looked. The linemen were back looking at these guys chasing them down, bro. Two guys, got
Yeah,
through that fucking line. The running back didn't block. Two linemen didn't block.
and because they like to run that bullshit of that RPO type of shit a lot of times to where
Yeah.
they're holding the ball in the fucking gut of the fucking running back for too long, to where if the defensive end makes the right read, bro, your quarterback is toast.
Mm-hmm.
If the defensive end doesn't fall for your run play option, if he doesn't fucking fall for the run,
Right.
and he reads the right play, you've already wasted 1 to 2 seconds right there. And in the
Yeah.
NFL, it don't take much to get to the quarterback.
Nope.
So that offense is meant to like fucking hurt quarterbacks, bro. And you
Yeah.
can see it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Like how many
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks have gotten in that fucking system?
Lot. Who's the first guy to go down by that system? Fucking RG3.
Yeah.
RG3, but he was a smaller guy and everything like that. Well, he wasn't a smaller guy. It was 6'1", 6'2", whatever or not, but he was a smaller frame guy, and that was just tearing him up. All that running and shit like that. Every time when I ever watched the Niners game, I would see this motherfucker running. I seen the quarterbacks running all the fucking time, bro, in that system. You know what I mean? I never sit back and chill out. Like even I remember watching the Niners against Green Bay, bro. And fucking it was about a couple years back. I was watching them shit like they just ran that shit, and then people were getting the quarterback. I forgot. I think it was Jimmy. He was getting fucking rocked, bro. He was getting rocked left and right, bro. Like you can only take so many fucking hits, bro. You know what I mean? Like what did Bosa say about fucking Carr? You hit him once, shook. You know what I mean? I don't see that with fucking Garoppolo, bro. I don't see the shookness in him, even with all this bullshit. I see him going in there, standing in there, and taking that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a different team, and I'm happy about it, bro. I don't care what anybody says. If it's handoff Jimmy, if we're handing off to all fucking 18 fucking running backs, bro, I don't care if all dude, no. This defense is gonna be crazy. This
I don't
offense is
care
gonna be good.
like when they bring up the argument of like of Jimmy G, like He didn't do shit in those playoffs where they did make it to the Super Bowl and all this shit. It's like, bro, why would you ask a quarterback to pass the ball when you're fucking at that moment during that playoff run, your fucking running game is averaging more than 200 yards a game?
Oh,
Why? Why in the fuck would you even pass the ball? That's like you're asking for something like dumb, dog. Like, what? Okay, no, let's not fucking hand the ball off to him for a touchdown. Let's throw the ball and see if we can get 5 yards. No, that's why they were running the ball that much in those playoffs. That's why he wasn't able to do so much in those playoffs because why break? Why fix something that it wasn't broken literally at that time?
yep,
You had fucking guys, emerging in fucking Mostert who fucking broke a fucking playoff record. You know what I mean, for rushing yards and shit like that. So it's like that was that year right there was just like an anomaly. That like there was no need for him to pass the ball more than the times that he did because they were winning with that formula.
yeah,
That's why I just don't get that question because he did have that fucking team the year that he did get traded there. They were like 0 and like something or 3-8. Then he got there and went 8-1.
yeah.
So it's like,
Trey Lance went down in game 2, and he went 8-3. No, 10-3. He went 8. He went 8, and then he went. No, how many games? I think he went 7, and then he started, and then he lost a couple games, and then he ended up 10. He ended up 10-3. No, 7-3. 7-3. I apologize. So he came in, and that's when Brock Purdy game. So he got them into the playoffs, and people still fucking doubt his ass. Man, fuck these guys.
oh,
Fucking Gravy. Gravy's probably fucking breaking shit right now at his house.
yep.
Fucking,
No, but I just it's gonna be good.
fucking Sean Johnson.
My optimism is just from the change, dog. Like I think a lot of people are just scared to change, and then you know, uh, obviously, it goes into account too that Josh McDaniels has struggled, in the stints that he has been a head coach. But bro, a lot of head coaches have struggled. A
Mhm.
lot of head coaches have struggled before they win. Shit, almost everyone. Can, there's a I can guarantee you there's a lot less, if not like damn near very very little that have ever started their fucking their coaching career
Yeah.
on a fucking straight up path. You know what I mean? It's always been, some bumps in the road, and then you get to that winning formula. So I just that's just to me that's always been that's the history of football. That's the history of coaching.
Yep.
You know what I mean? In any sport,
Yeah.
unless you're like
I,
the fucking Yankees or fucking somebody like in baseball where they have no fucking salary cap, and you could just give your fucking guy, you could just give your coach if you just go spend fucking $500 million in payroll, you can just go give them an all-star team.
right.
But you go to basketball, you go to shit like that. Guys have to prove themselves, dog, before they become winners. Guys have
No,
to
I
go
agree.
through these trials and tribulations before they become winners. Fucking the best coach in history, like that they say had to do it. In Bill Belichick.
Look it. There's a
Tom
number right
Landry.
now. There's a number right now. If you really, really look at, really, really break it down, Belichick has had a losing season, has had a total of losing seasons without Brady. He is a losing coach without Brady, but he's supposed to be considered the best. No, at this point, I'm sorry to fucking say it, and I hate to say it, but you Raider fans and us, we got to realize the best coach in the NFL right now is in our division, fucking Andy Reid. That motherfucker has been to more playoff games than any one of these motherfuckers, bro. Without using certain players, he's had multiple different quarterbacks. Who do you have? Who has he been around with? He's been around with fucking Favre all the ways until out here, bro. Like, come on, bro. This guy is way better, way fucking better than what's his name. You know what I mean? Because they only had that one player in that one scheme. You know what I mean? His defense was great. Don't get me wrong, and they ran a great system. but there's no way he is better. Bill Belichick is no way better than Andy Reid, bro. In my opinion, in just my opinion. You know what I mean? Because look at who did he do it with? Alex Smith. He did it with fucking who else? Who else did it? With Donovan McNabb. You know what I mean? All different types of players. You know what I mean? He's had numerous different teams that have been successful, way more successful than fucking Belichick. Belichick's had one fucking guy for fucking how many years? Belichick's been in the year 25? And two of his years, he was in fucking what was it? The Browns. They didn't have no fucking winning season. They traded him halfway in the second season, and then that was the curse or whatever. Then he went to New England, and then I think 2 years later he won something.
They won with the Giants too as a defensive coordinator.
Okay, well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, well, I mean,
I
yeah,
just feel
I'm
like
not okay. Well, Miguel has a good point. He's like, how do you measure success? Well, obviously they're all successful in the NFL, obviously, but then if you really, really look at the work of what a coach is supposed to do, and everyone's saying, "Oh, these coaches coming from the Belichick tree, they should be doing." No, 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 no. It wasn't that. It was Brady the whole time. I'm not saying it was mainly Brady. I would say it was mainly Brady. I don't see them winning next year with Mac Jones. If Belichick is that fucking good, 6 rings trumps your argument, bro. It does in a sense, but if Brady wasn't there, we'd be having a totally different conversation. You see what I mean? So it's like you take one element out, it changes the fucking recipe. Hey, I'm barbecuing chicken with barbecue sauce. I take the barbecue sauce. It's just fucking chicken. You know what I'm saying? It's there's no sauce, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to get at. When it comes down to players and coaching, but it has to be both. That's all I'm trying to get at. That's all I'm trying to get at. So if you look at McDaniels, right? He wanted to keep Jimmy G. There was talks when who was going to go, Jimmy G or Brady? Because Jimmy G came in, won those 4 games, right? Right, and then everyone was like, "What's going to do? What's going to happen?" He's always wanted to go to the Niners. Fuck that. We're going to keep you here, Brady. We're sending what's the name over, and they sent him to the Niners, and that's exactly what happened. McDaniels brought him in. Ziegler was there bringing him in. You know what I'm saying? This is their quarterback. Now they got their quarterback. Yeah, a little bit injured, but then look at fucking Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon come in the building. Fucking who in the fuck is this guy? Fucking what was he like? 12 years in the fucking thing?
backup
Right,
to
he's a
the
backup.
Chiefs.
Yeah. And he came in and didn't know John Gruden for shit. But this guy was built in this system, learned the NFL style of football with McDaniels and Ziegler. Bro, come on, man. Hey, wait. Bill Walsh, yeah, I give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one.
But there's a lot of great coaches though. Like that,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
the fucking crazy thing, though. There's Lombardi, there's Tom Landry, there's fucking Jimmy Johnson, fucking you got Bill Belichick, Bill Parcells, bunch of fucking coaches that are fucking winners in this fucking
I'm
league,
saying,
though. It's just
okay, well,
all
let
of
me.
them have had their all of them have had their struggles,
Of course, because it comes down to players, right? But it's not scheme. It's not
except
like
except for maybe this guy.
John Madden. Yeah, that was a different.
He's
That was
maybe
a
the only
different
guy
team.
that's never had a fucking stroke, and that's why I'm saying there's anomalies
Yeah.
that guys just hit coaching, then they're good since day one. Their
Mhm.
team is just good since day one. But most of the time, when you get a new coach, it's because you're either in a fucked up situation where what the Raiders were in because of the
Mhm.
shit that happened to them. Yeah, they were a playoff team, but they were in a fuck, or their team just fucking completely sucks. You know what I mean? Because you went fucking 2-4, 2-16, and and you just basically need a new coach because your coach is incompetent, basically. But I just feel like McDaniels will have more of his guys on this team, more of the guys that you know will 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 take his word and take his message more, dog. Like more like they'll be able to apply it to the game more.
Right.
Like I just feel like that. Uh, Jimmy G's that type of quarterback. Jimmy G will be that type of quarterback to listen to where you know McDaniels won't have to be going back and forth with like when him and Carr. You know what I mean? Throwing each other under the bus and shit like that type of shit. You know what I mean?
So
I hope.
Miguel, in this rant about Belly and fucking what's called what the fuck has Josh McDaniels done without Brady? Absolutely nothing. And that's the point. That's the kind of like the point where what I'm trying to get at. Okay, you got to understand something. You know what I mean? This takes time. It's a process, right? Carr wasn't the guy because he wasn't going to run the system the way he wanted to. Carr is too smart for his own good. They fucking conflicted. Carr's a deep ball passer. He's not a fucking short intermediate passing guy. That's what he wanted to do. Carr's too indecisive for that. You know what I'm saying? In this system, hey, ball goes here. Boom. It's set up for like that, right? So what I'm trying to say is about like Belichick ain't shit without Brady. So hopefully, in my eyes and the way I'm looking at it, in my perspective, Josh McDaniels hasn't been shit without Brady. But the guy that he brought up is fucking Jimmy G and taught him the game. Maybe that's his guy. Maybe that
That's the guy
combination.
he wanted. That
Yeah,
is the
and
guy
that's the
that he
guy he
wanted
wanted. That's the guy he wanted. So
in
that's
New
what I'm
England.
trying to say. You know what I mean? So now we can understand, like, hey, Josh McDaniels hasn't had a fair shake. He went over there with Tim Tebow that couldn't throw for shit, and the fucking owner wanted
Kyle
that.
Orton.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He tried to do whatever. Or Kyle Orton with that fucking guy,
Yeah,
too.
Jay Cutler. He traded his dumbass Jay Cutler for fucking Kyle Orton because Jay Cutler didn't want to even look like he wanted to play football anymore, dog. He
Right.
fucking quit in that NFC Championship game, with the Bears and shit.
Yep.
Jay Cutler didn't even look like he wanted to play football anymore, and that's when he traded up for Kyle Orton. And it's just, I mean, who did you have a quarterback, dog? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all I'm trying to say is that, like, it's the combination, bro. Like, it's the combination. Like, there's in order for something to work, there has to be combination, bro. It has to be everything that's has to be there. This is what he wanted. He's building the team the way he needs to, and then they're clearing the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? And they're bringing in solid depth pieces that could stand and can play. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. We're just questioning about it because of his injury. But if you look at it, it's a Tommy. What is it called? The injury that what's the name got?
The list, Frank?
The Liz Frank. There you go. It's only meant so the Liz Frank and the bones. It's only supposed to like it doesn't even do exactly what it is. It's like this is like the new version. It should be called the Garoppolo fucking injury, bro. Because the before it was just a plate over like that. They had to put 4 different screws in it and then tighten it all up. It's a lot different. You know what I mean? So I just think it's gonna. I just know it's gonna. I just know it's gonna work, bro. Because you're gonna have your guy, and if it doesn't work, then fuck it.
I mean, I'm always gonna be fucking optimistic no matter
Oh, of
what.
course,
You know what
always.
I mean? That was just before the season starts. Like I would say before the fucking right when the season ended. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stress myself out in February. You know what I mean? Like fuck
Yeah.
that shit. I'm gonna have a positive outlook until it goes bad.
Yep.
And shit, if we start off 3-0, then shit, it's gonna be a positive outlook the whole fucking year.
Yep.
So that's the only way. That's where I'm coming from. I just don't like. It's not. There's no justice for me. No justice for the Raiders as a being a fan of the Raiders or anything like this to shit on them. Like when they haven't even played a snap
Yeah.
together as this group. You know what I mean? Like I just Jimmy G, all of that shit. Their draft. Was to me a great draft to me. And then you got what I mean. You got just second year in systems. Like that's when guys start to get it more, start to get the concepts more, start to get blocking schemes more. Where you're positioned at in the secondary more. You know what I mean, or how to position your defensive lineman better as a linebacker. Like all of that shit is going to get better this year, bro. In their second year in the system,
Right.
like and a lot of people don't take that into account. Like they just it's like getting those new coaches every year is one of the big reasons why we were in those positions all of those times with our defense having to, pretty much reset and learn again, reset and learn again, reset and learn again. And as long as and as well as the offense too, like that shit ain't helping nobody.
Yeah.
That type of shit don't help nobody. You know what I mean? That's that like when you're doing that type of shit, it just doesn't help nobody. This is like that's why I feel this year is going to be just a lot better. Like, and last year, as bad as it was, we were in every game.
Yep.
So that's like that's why it's not like if it's like I'm making this super jump that I'm like, you know, about the optimism. It's like it's not like I'm going from like uh I'm saying like, oh shit, you know, that like that one year that fucking the I think we only won one game and we were getting fucking killed every game, dog. You know what I mean? We were like basically like that, and then you get two, three players in the offseason. For sure, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, you know, for sure, I'm still gonna be happy, but I'm still not gonna be like, yeah. This is a team that was in every game, and now they've added, you know, somebody better in the red zone. You know, they've added more pieces to the defense. They've added, you know, they've gotten a full draft under their belt with
Mhm.
fucking 10 picks, not fucking three.
Three.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Three or four picks and shit. Like, so it's like all of this are things that are taken into account, bro. So it's like it's not just oh we got rid of this guy and now we're gonna suck, or you know McDaniel's and this guy, you know, couldn't get along last year, so McDaniel's looked incompetent, so we're gonna suck again this year. No,
Yeah.
bro, the shit progresses. Shit, you know, that's why that you get different players because you might have a different outcome with this type of player that you know you were banging the table for when he was a fucking draft pick.
Yeah.
So I just that's where the optimism comes from me.
Yeah.
Let me
J-Dub
see
said
right
his
here.
biggest concern is about. Oh, I'm sorry. We'll see. Got worse his second year. The defensive players talk about how against MGW you attack tendencies, not players, because it's so huge. He thinks he calls will work no matter what. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but at the same time, that's for see. That's where it comes to coaching. It's the delivery. It's how it's approached. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't take criticism well.
But that
You can't,
what players are those from? Like his first stint as a Denver
I guess
Bronco?
so.
Because
Yeah, but how many years ago was that?
because
It was a long
I
time ago.
don't
You know what I mean?
exactly like that shit was like fucking more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, that is true too. But I mean, I see him having a little bit more control, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
just
think I see him have a little bit more control compared to those years. You know what I mean?
I just feel like the defense isn't the I mean the offense isn't gonna be the problem. And he has nothing to do with the defense. So that the defensive players wouldn't be able to say that about this McDaniels because he ain't got no input in the defense.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't have any input in the defense, from my understanding. It's all Graham. Fellas, you can get the roster to show off who we picked, the offensive, defensive side. See promises of players we picked up. Yep. I was reading what Snoop says. Last year did Chargers.
Tyron
What happened?
Tyron talked about it. Anything Tyron says, I don't even fucking I take with a grain of salt. That motherfucker hates the Raiders. Why the fuck would I take anything that he says? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Of course he's gonna shit on the Raiders any chance he gets.
So yeah, and that's you got to understand, man. It's like everyone's shitting on him, bro. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure at least somebody in the chat or all of us in the chat, one way or another, somebody's been shitting on you and you pulled fucking through, bro. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking principle.
Yo,
The whole
I think
everybody,
you
bro,
go
everybody's shitting on McDaniel, shitting on us, talking that man. That's all they do. Like we're the fucking laughing stock. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't do that. You can't do that to certain people, bro. Then you get punched in the mouth, and this everyone's be like, "Oh, well, wait a minute, we got to take a break. We got to take them seriously." You know what I mean? And that's what I'm thinking. Everything's falling up to because of just the previous years of what we've been doing. It's
I
been
mean,
pretty shitty.
if other players' defenses are talking about attacking our defenses, so why in the hell weren't they keeping us? You know, why were the games so close last year? Why were games, why were games like that close? Why were they, just out of nowhere? Because I mean, if the defense knew exactly what the tendency was, why weren't they stopping them on every fucking game? Why were all the games so damn close?
Mm-hmm.
Just that shit was to me. A lot of those losses were on execution, not on fucking offensive tendencies. Those shits were on execution. Looking at a fucking, looking at not looking at a guy open in the fucking end zone for a 2 point conversion, which a lot of people shitted on them, but you know what I mean, and fucking going to the other guy, going over here into double coverage. You know what I mean, or like that type of shit. Like those shits are not fucking offensive tendencies. Those are fucking, those are execution plays, bro. Those are or how about throwing 3 interceptions in the snow against the Steelers? That's execution.
Yep.
Those are not offensive tendencies.
So think about this too, and that's what I was talking about Belichick, right? If Belichick didn't have fucking Testaverde, you know what I'm saying, or didn't have Brady, you know what I mean? He wasn't winning. Did they go to the playoffs last year? They go to playoff the year before?
Yeah, like if they were so like if they were so like I would say being able to play in front, maybe that would be more of a problem. But
Right.
as far as like their tendencies or like them being too predictable or anything like that shit, that's the same shit they were talking about fucking Gruden. You know what I mean? That's the same shit that they
That
talk
is
about a
true.
lot of coaches. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That they're too predictable and all this shit. Like, and this guy had us in almost every single game except for the Saints and the Chiefs game at the end. And a lot of those games were due to execution, but they want to fucking blame it on always just coaching.
Yeah.
And not just coaching. Coaching, they just bring up Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Not bringing into account that like the fucking defense gave up all of this, or the defense was fucking just putting the offense back on the field, or you know what I mean. It's just
So my
I
thing
don't
is
I
like
don't
this. My thing is like this. If the coaching staff was so good, why didn't Belichick win a Super Bowl without Brady? Just question. See, because it's us, we have this determining factor that we can say, oh, it's coaching. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. No, it's the collective. Coaching ain't there and the execution ain't there. It's not fucking happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not getting past the 50-yard and DC was gone. Yeah, because he wasn't fucking listening. But all I'm trying to say is, that's all I'm trying to say is like, Bill, no one's sitting there saying, oh, well, Belichick, even guys in the fucking chat, well, Belichick is one of the greatest. Still, he's one of the greatest. How? If he didn't have fucking execution? He was a defensive guy and got fucking lucky with Tom Brady, dog. Tom motherfucking Brady, Mr. Irrelevant. 199, one of those guys that didn't mean nothing, bro. If he was not there, you're telling me that Belichick will be the same fucking guy? No, Belichick will probably be fucking a defensive coordinator in fucking college somewhere right now, dog.
I'm pretty sure the best offensive game was like second to the last game when Carr didn't even play. So
Yeah.
the first half of the season. So how are you going to say the first half of the season when the best offensive game was played by not even our starting quarterback? Come on. That
Yeah,
shit's
that
crazy,
is true.
dog. Like that shit's it's just like nothing wants to get blamed. Like nothing wants to get blamed on somebody else. Like you can't. People can't see it for what it is. It's like these fucking they weren't meant to play with each other. Carr and him weren't on the same page at all. You know what I mean? So it's just they didn't work. It's not because McDaniels and this shit, or else those games we would have sucked all last year. There would not have been one game where we shouldn't have been in, or like the first fucking Chiefs game. Why were we even in that game if we're so fucking predictable? Why were we even in? Like, why did we beat? Why did we beat the Chargers in Vegas, dog? Like, so uh, because we're so predictable. Why did we win 4 out of 5 games in a row before we lost to the stupid ass Rams? Was that on McDaniels too, or was that because a defense couldn't stop a fucking 98-yard drive with fucking no timeouts and under a minute?
Or defense couldn't stop Baker Mayfield.
So it's like I don't understand like that talk. Like that's just it's just nothing. Like that all of that type of shit, but they want to blame just the coach. Like that's where it's like It's crazy to me, though. And I'm not even the biggest fan of fucking McDaniels, but you're not. I'm not gonna sit here and blame everything on McDaniels when there was a lot to blame, a lot to fucking blame. It's crazy.
Yep. So
But I just feel McDaniels will right the ship, and then slowly people will start you know start figuring it out, dog. Because this shit it's just this is just how fucking history works, dog. This is just how history works. Fucking coaches sometimes.
okay. So Terrence put something. Andy didn't win a Super Bowl without Mahomes. All right, cool. How many times has he been in the playoffs?
Almost every fucking year.
Every fucking year that guy's been in the league, he's been in the fucking playoffs, dog. Now, he didn't have whatever, you know what I mean? But he has one of the best quarterbacks now. So that just proves my fucking point. That just proves and solidifies my point. At this point in the fucking game, Belichick is not the best coach, and that's what I stated. That's exactly what I said. But Andy Reid right now is the best coach. Overall, what's going to end up happening when you break it all down, he's going to have more winning percentage. He's a better winner than Belichick is. You got to understand what I'm trying to get at, the overall winning. You know what I'm saying? So if they didn't have that one player executing the plays that need to be played, that's what it is, bro. You see, come on now, come on. Hold on, what else is going on?
Oh, no, look at O'Brien, the fat bastard man from the Lions. They went back to Daddy Bill in New England because they couldn't coach. I mean, a lot
Yeah,
of fucking guys from fucking New England couldn't coach.
yeah. A lot of them can, bro. Yeah, a lot of them can,
But
bro.
was still to be seen because he's still a coach.
But look at
So fucking
Vrabel. Vrabel's
McDaniels
doing
is
good.
still a coach. Vrabel's a good coach.
Vrabel's a
Mike
good coach.
Flores was a good coach up until he got fucking all that
Took
bullshit
over.
with
Yeah.
him. So it's like it's just there's so many fucking coordinators that come out who aren't good though. Like that's just the fucking name of the game, though. You take that chance from winning organizations. That's why so many of those guys got the chance because they're a winning organization.
Yep.
And that's why you get more of those guys that failed because more of those guys got chances.
Damn. Sorry.
It's just fucking. Let's see, Mahomes, he the quarterback next to the shit,
What's up, MC?
cried ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen some of it. I can only listen to his voice so much, bro. I felt like fucking watching Sesame Street again, or what was it? Fucking the Muppets. And if it said McDunfuck is going to be a good coach this year.
Yeah, I just
Reed
feel like
has
our team
managed
as
to stay consistent all around, but all around the whole organization. Yep, sure has. And that's what I'm saying is like, no matter what, like, okay, if you really, really break down Bill Belichick, if he didn't have Brady, that's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to get to. Is like he had there's a difference when you have players that can make the fucking car run, or you know what I mean, to get the plays done, execute them. We weren't doing that. You know what I'm saying? And Brady was able to do that for that guy. Just like Alex Smith, motherfucker, Alex Smith was killing us, bro, with Andy Reid, bro. Killing us, fucking us up, bro. And he got benched for fucking Kaepernick, bro. Kansas City's been whooping our ass for fucking years, bro. That's why he has us. Think about it. Who the Broncos? No. Chargers were usually up and up, one-on-one all the time. You know what I'm saying? Broncos, we've been fucking them up this whole time. And you know
yeah,
why? Because the simple fact is we've had fucking rotating coaches just like them fucks. Andy Reid, overall, right now, is the fucking man. Bottom line. Who's better than him right now? The combination
and
of
the reason,
team players and everything that he got, who is it? Raiders winning 9 games and look, I'm getting divorced.
I don't see nobody, dog. Like right now, no, he's a defending champ. He's won more recent Super Bowls.
Yeah,
He has two. So as of right now, lately, he's the best coach in the league right now.
right. Because but like what you stated. Yeah,
I mean, you can
some
say
ways.
Tomlin too. You can throw Tomlin in there too. Tomlin has Super Bowls.
Tomlin.
Tomlin, Steelers coach.
Oh yeah. But I'm talking about our division as far as right now. That's all I'm because we have to get out
Oh,
of
okay,
that.
okay.
We have to get out. You know what I mean? Overall, the whole league too. Yeah, Tomlin's. Yeah, Tomlin's. Yeah, that guy's fucking has nothing, bro. Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger made him look like a fucking star, bro. Ben Roethlisberger is
Tomlin.
just a big guy. He's like
I would
fucking
say
Aiden O'Connell.
I would like him as probably like a coach, just because he's
Oh yeah, yeah,
he looks like he has guys that are like ready to play for him all the fucking time. Which I'm not gonna say Andy Reid doesn't, because that fool does too. I think it's
yeah,
just a different form of coaching, but I think both of them are fucking good ass coaches, man. Bill
yeah.
Belichick is good ass coach too, man. I'm not gonna take anything away from him either, because he is a good ass coach. He did take fucking what's his name? What was the one
Mac
year
Jones,
that fucking Brady, the one year Brady missed the whole year? Matt Castle, he took that fool fucking to what, 11-5 or something like that.
Jimmy G helped.
They still missed the playoffs, but they were 11-5 with Matt Castle.
No, that was years ago though, huh?
Yeah, that was
But
like in 2000, I think
Castle
14.
was actually pretty good. At that time, he was good.
Yeah, but that fool fucking got a contract from that shit and never really played again.
Yeah, and then but Belichick, listen, the only thing about Belichick is about defense. If you really want to break it down, like you know what I mean. Now I'm really thinking about it. He's a defensive guy. Their defense is fucking stacked. They have a top 10 defense every fucking year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's not that no more. It's offense. So Andy Reid with the offense and whatever, whatnot, and the high scoring. That's what I was kind of talking about too. It's a high scoring game. So that's why
See
you
me
need a
last
middle.
year, to be honest, like as much like I want like I'm rooting for fucking McDaniel this year because he's our coach and all that shit.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, last year I wanted a Flores. I wanted fucking, somebody like that, as
Yeah.
our head coach. But it didn't happen. And now that McDaniels is the coach, I just I'm gonna talk my shit when he fucking struggles. But as of right now, that we haven't played one game with this team, and I'm not gonna fucking sit here and like fucking talk shit. Like talk just basically just
Yeah,
give
I'm not
no
gonna
hope.
shit on it. So we haven't even played preseason game, dog.
For real, training camp starts in fucking 2 days, and fucking we're already gonna start talking shit. Damn.
Shitting on this guy. Fuck this guy. Everyone's bad, bro. I don't understand. It's like you got to look at shit logically sometimes, bro. And plus, it's a fucking game.
I'm happy, though. I'm cool, man. Fucking like today, the Marcus Peters thing. Like it brought a smile to my face. I ain't gonna say like I'm fucking happy, but like it's just gonna bring some competition to the room, to where I thought there was already some good competition there, but I just think that's just gonna like up the play. I think for that whole room, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just because like that comment was pretty accurate earlier. Like maybe he ain't gonna come in to be a leader because maybe he's not that type of guy, or whatever. But he could lead in other type of ways, like by example type shit. Like be out there and fucking play like you guys like you guys were fucking describing him like a fucking dog, like a dog out there. Fucking just in every play. Fucking fighting for every you know up in the air ball. You know what I mean? Those 50-50 balls up in the air. Like and guys will gravitate to that competition, that type of play. You know what I mean? So it's just he can lead that type of way. There's different ways to lead. You know what I mean? And some guys are vocal. Some guys show it by their play on the field. And it's just I just think he could lead in other ways. Maybe not vocally or coaching these guys up, but guys can young guys can you know just keep an eye on him, dog. See how he works.
Yeah. See, and look, and if
So
it look, there's another thing too that you guys got to realize that a lot of people don't really talk about. When like everyone's saying like he's a bad player, he's this, that, and the third. Some people need to see that shit so they don't have to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck
yep.
this guy. I'm not gonna be this guy. But maybe he might. I want that chip on the shoulder just for him to get that. You want another fucking championship, doc. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I know people were saying that. Oh well, he played for played for what you call it for Kansas City. Now he's with Raiders, so he might have some insight. He's not gonna have no insight. They're gonna
I
probably
think
know his
we got a
reasons.
Dallas fan in here.
Oh shit!
We got a Dallas fan in here. What?
What's happening there?
What's up, Rudy? What's going on, man? What's cracking?
What's up, brother?
Shit, man. Hey, talking Raiders, but hey, more than welcome, bro. Just you know, I know you guys have a pretty good team out there too, man. The NFC. I mean, that's just it's gonna
They
be pretty
do?
good out there. Yeah, I mean, they ended up picking up fucking. They're gonna have some good corners, bro. They got Stephon Gilmore. They picked up Stephon Gilmore, and then they still got fucking what's his name, and then on as a receiver they picked up fucking that dude from Houston. The we were thinking of getting him too. What's
Cooks.
his fucking Cooks? Yeah, Brandon Cooks. They got Brandon Cooks as a receiver, and then they got Stephon
Tony
Gilmore
Pollard.
at corner. And then they're still trying to resign Tolly Pollard, but
I thought they did.
did they?
I thought he signed the tag. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
okay. So
He
if
did.
he's on the tight end, yeah, then I mean they look pretty. They look solid on paper, but it's Dallas. You know what I mean? What does fucking Stephen A. Smith say? There's an accident waiting to happen, dog.
Waiting to happen. That was stupid.
Yeah, so on paper, but hey, I just feel fucking the Raiders though, dog. We're gonna. I have a feeling that it's gonna surprise a lot of people, dog. A lot of people who are on the fence, and I just think a lot of that too is that old cliche fucking saying, dog. A lot of people are scared of change, and once they see the change is doing good, dog, they'll jump on board.
I,
That's just the way stuff works like that, dog. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's because we're doing this now, like, and just we're just seeing so many different opinions. You know what I mean? And just like doing so many different shows and talking to everybody and stuff like that. It's like, dude, like I've never realized like the level of angst of how fucking nerve wracking this shit is, bro. Like these guys are fucking it's just crazy how everybody looks at like this fucking team, bro. Like I've never seen so many like different opinions, but a lot of them so fucking negative, dog. Like hella negative. Like fuck
For
this guy.
real,
I'm like,
bro.
fuck, bro. I'm like,
I'm
come
like,
on, this is our
damn,
team.
man.
This is our
Am I
team. Like
talking to
shit.
other fans?
Yeah, no, it's like you start talking to the fans, you like start analyzing everything. Like, man, fuck McDaniels and fuck this. Compared to be like, man, that's why I was like, man, I just like, man, I used to learn this shit. It's like, oh, we got this guy, fuck yeah. But now you start breaking it down, you start learning, man, it gets fucking nerve wracking, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man, fucking
I
smoking,
do have a
smoking.
question.
What's cracking?
Okay, so Jimmy G comes in the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all good there. He's gonna be fucking this week. He's gonna be suiting up.
Yep.
Right after that, I get a fucking text. Josh Jacobs seen leaving Vegas, not knowing when I'm coming back, taking a flight out.
Yeah.
One guy's
I
coming
just,
in, the other guy's going out.
I just feel like that's he's gonna play. I think till to the very last time he can, to where I think he feels like he's not gonna have any more time to get ready. And
Mhm.
I think he's gonna play it until there to then because I mean they're already in it. Dog. They're already in it for the long haul for the negotiations. So they're gonna see if they can make a dent in the negotiations. But I think at the end of the day he's gonna be a Raider. He's gonna this year he will be suited up in a Raider uniform, dog. Like I just like I was saying at the beginning of the show, there's just no team that's gonna give up that compensation plus the money he wants. Especially not this year when in 1 year they could get him probably for just a contract and not have to give up any compensation. So I
Right.
just feel like there's not a team that's going to be willing to do that now. So that along with you know the it doesn't benefit anybody from sitting out from
Mhm.
losing money because you're already fighting for a contract and that $10.1 million. You know what I mean? You're losing game checks every time you miss a game, dog. So you break 10.1 million into 17, and then that's what you're losing every game. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that's just gonna be a big loss every time you're losing a game check. So I just at the end of the day, I feel he's gonna be a Raider. He's gonna be in a Raider uniform, and that's gonna be the last piece, dog, to where I think our offense is gonna. That's why I think our offense is gonna be what it's gonna be this year. You know what I mean? Jacobs will carry most of that load. I think Zamir will also be a little bit better to where he'll be able to take a little bit of pressure off of Jacobs. I think Zamir will be better a little bit in the second year, and I just feel like It'll save him more for like the end of the year, bro. Like the end of the year to where where games are gonna count and we need him, and then he's gonna be able to, you know, be more effective in the red zone with Jimmy G, bro. Because I think Jimmy G will look at him more, will out of the
Handle
backfield,
more, yeah.
and then especially with the Michael Mayer edition, you know what I mean. I think him and Austin Hooper are gonna be big threats in the red zone. uh Da is just gonna be he's
Yeah.
just Da. He's Da. You know what I mean? And then you still got Jacoby Myers and fucking and Renfro, bro. So it's like that all
What
in
about
itself. I think that's the red
Sims?
zone. Cam Sims, yes, and Trey Tucker, who I think is gonna play. He's gonna have some plays out there where I think he might not get a lot of plays, but I think when he is on the field and he does touch the ball, he's gonna be dynamic, dog. I think that dude's gonna be a hard guy to take down because of his speed, and then he's so small and shifty. So I think he's gonna be one of those hard players to take down. And he's just, man. I think that's why that's where the optimism is for me. It's like all those questions that were out there are like, is where's the optimism coming from, or what do you see in this team that I don't, or something like that. Like those questions is just that I don't know, bro. Like even last year, I don't know why. Like last year, we were coming off of a playoff, and we got DA in that shit. But it's just like what had me scared last year was, I'm not gonna lie, was the McDaniels thing, but also the McDaniels thing because it was his first year,
Mhm.
and but our recent history was always, you know, once Carr was seemed like he was getting a little comfortable in a offense or something like that, boom, gone. You know what I mean? Got to learn another one. You know what I mean? Got to learn a different offense. And then you started getting comfortable a little bit with Gruden, boom, gone. You know what I mean? It's just, and then that's why last year I was like, I thought we were gonna be good because we were coming off of a playoff year, but I was still had like, I don't know, like a lot of doubts just because like it's just it's that first year of everybody coming together, and how would everything gel together. This year I just feel like he was able to get some bad apples out, some guys that weren't fitting the system, and then bring a lot more guys that they went out and scouted, and are gonna groom into their guys, and also went out and got guys that were familiar with this type of system. So it's just being more on the same page, because this is the one sport where I think that's the most important,
Mhm.
chemistry in the locker room.
Yep.
Because 53 guys, dog. So this is the one sport where you're going to need the most chemistry,
Yeah.
because you're running scripted plays, dog. You guys all gotta be on the same page. So, learning different little shit here and there and here and there. When you get that repeatedly, now it's like the back of your hand. Now it's like, oh shit, okay, I know what I'm doing on this play. I know exactly where I'm going on this fucking play. You don't
Mhm.
gotta ask the fucking receiver, hey, you running the dino? Like, you can see that shit a lot when huddles would break last year. You would see a lot of like receivers going to their fucking spots, and they were still talking to each other when the huddles were breaking shit.
Yeah.
Like if like, oh, hey, I'm gonna do it. Like I just feel like it's gonna be more fluid this year, more fluid, more natural, a more free flowing offense type shit, dog. I think
Yeah.
that's where the big change is gonna come in.
It's like a smooth. It's like I see what you're saying. It's like more of a smooth, just better run. Just ran better. It just
Yeah,
run better. It's gonna be chill. It's gonna
oil.
be smooth. It's gonna be well, like you know what I mean. It's gonna be have good rhythm.
Like
That's
today,
really good.
I fixed my wash my drying machine. Dog. I fucking opened it up, threw some oil in that motherfucker.
There
Now
it
it's a
is.
wild oil. Now it's a wild oil machine, dog. See,
There it
that's
is.
all it needed, dog. You just needed some oil. You know what I mean? With some time, because and now we're there good, dog.
There it is.
You
That's
know?
all it is. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna. I see what you're saying, man. It's like it just seems like it's gonna be a lot easier. It's just gonna run a lot smoother. You're gonna see the offense just run a lot easier, bro. I just see it, bro. I see it. China won't have.
It, go ahead.
Oh, I'll just read that.
Yeah, Chandler
It's
won't
good.
have his hand in the dirt as much, so I think he'll play better. Also, I think he's gonna play better just that for that reason, and also because last year he missed most of the fucking training camp and preseason because he was dealing with the shoulder injury. So he came into the season hurt. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I just feel like, and he came into the season hurt and heavy, overweight, like he was above weight. So I think with the reports that are he's well underweight now. He lost a lot of weight. His fucking is the surgery went well. He recovered from it. He's already at 100% again. So I just think that in itself is going to play big dividends for him, Darby, just because he's in better shape and he's in better health. So I just think that's gonna help out. I mean, it's a year older, so I don't expect him to be what he was with the Cardinals or shit like that, but or when he was first around with the Patriots. But I do I do for sure expect him to perform better than last year.
I was thinking pretty much the same thing. Sean just sent me something about him playing a little bit more outside linebacker because it probably run the 3-4 a little bit better, and that will work too.
What?
Yeah, shout out Sean and
Fuck,
shit. Oh, Twan's in the building. What up, Twan?
fuck.
But yeah, bro. But yeah. So, what's the name that asked the question? I'm sorry.
Which one? Which one?
Anthony asked a question. What was It says right here. It says who needs to have a breakout back season and fucking that's a break or a breakout or a bounce back season and fucking soul.
Renfro.
Mr. Took Your Soul said fucking everybody.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
Renfro, dog.
Yeah,
Renfro was
Renfro.
big because he was big for us in fucking that playoff year, dog.
Yeah, he
That
was. He
playoff
had
year,
a
he
thousand
was
yards.
huge.
He had a
He
thousand
fucking
yards.
tied a fucking record for receptions. You know what I mean? And so it's like he was huge for us. So if he could be that type of player, though, like that bounce back player with Da, shit.
Hmm. I think these other guys are gonna open it all up for him, and you know what I mean. All over the
Diablo should be
release.
on the defense. Hopefully, Diablo's on the defense too. Diablo and Chandler Jones. There's a lot of guys on the defense though that need that. A
Yeah,
lot.
the
That's the
whole
one thing
defense.
that I would say the whole defense because it's like you got Hobbs who needs to come back from last year because he did struggle last year from compared to his first season. You had fucking Chandler Jones who struggled, Diablo struggled. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys, on the defense struggled last year. But Morig had an off year. So a lot
Hmm.
of these dudes have to fucking take it upon themselves, dog, and hopefully they did this off season, bro. Like, seeing that the fucking front office isn't playing, bro. The front office is like if you ain't performing, we're gonna draft at your position.
Fucking
We're
Sean,
gonna.
man. I totally forgot, bro. Guess who's part of the coaching staff too? Amendola.
Oh yeah, Danny Amendola
Danny
came
Amendola is
to.
part of our coaching staff. So you're gonna
He's
have Trey
gonna
Tucker. He's gonna have Renfro. He's gonna have all
Renfro
those guys, man. See?
and Jacoby Myers. I think those are the three guys that he's gonna work with the most.
Yep.
Jacoby, Renfro, and Trey. Those are the three guys that I think that they brought him in for. Because those are the guys that play his type of style. You know what I mean? That slot style.
Yeah.
That quick. That you're gonna run quick slants or little China routes. Those type of fucking quick
Hmm.
outs. Fucking to the flats like wide receiver screens. You know what I mean? Those type of
Yep.
fucking Danny Amendola is gonna be perfect for that type that coaching style. Like right
Yeah,
there, he's gonna help those guys out a lot.
legal picks, legal like wide receiver picks and stuff like that. You have the fast guys underneath. You know what I mean? Get into the second level, or if you have those two fat guys cutting in on like two like in routes, and then you got Devontae going on a streak, bro, or across them, bro. Come on, bro. Like bro,
Maury,
it's
Maury,
disgusting. It's
Maury's gonna
disgusting.
have some pressure behind it out with Christopher Smith back there for sure. I think that's a I think that was a that was a directly like shot at him like hey bro, this is your replacement if you don't get it together. You know what I mean? Trayvon Maury, dog, because I don't know, man. That he had an off season, but then again, like I was saying earlier, changing fucking schemes and all that shit hurts a lot of the time. So hopefully he gets more comfortable in learning Patrick Graham's scheme for the second year in a row. You know what I mean? He feels more comfortable, and especially with another guy next to him, who I think is going to be. I don't know, man. I think that guy Epps is he's gonna play a big role for us. I think he played solid for the Eagles last year, and I think this year he's gonna play a star role. I think for us. I don't know why he's gonna be one of those stars in the secondary for us. He's gonna play a big he's gonna be a big difference.
Mhm. Yeah, I believe so too, bro. I'm excited, bro. I just
I'm
really want to see these motherfuckers on the field already, bro. I'm tired of this shit. Play a fucking game already.
tired tired of this fucking
Oh,
shit.
fucking bullshit, dad.
Almost there though, dog. Shit, August is fucking what 2 weeks. What the fucking first preseason game is like 2 weeks away.
Yep, 2 weeks away, and then I'm booking my shit in the next couple of days. By next week, I'm gonna have everything in LA booked, ready to roll. Let's go.
It's like 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks away, something like that. But it's like it's close. It's fucking close, dog. Well, fucking training camps here already in the next couple of days. I think rookies can report when. I think it was what's today, the 25th or 24th. I think they report the 25th, and then I think the veterans report. I think the 27th or something like that. Like I think they report 2 days after or something like that.
Yeah,
So the
I
25th
thought
and
they
26th
report today, and then the vets report
a
Sunday.
day
I mean
after,
Monday.
something like that. But I know we start off. We're gonna start off. This is it. That's why I wanted to come back this week too, like with the lives and shit like that, because
Yeah,
now it's official. Now we're officially back.
the
Now we're
officially
the
coming
Raiders.
back.
The Raiders are officially back now. We
Yes,
here,
sir.
dog. News is gonna start flying in. News is gonna start. You're gonna start hearing a lot of shit from camp on who's making a good impression. Like guys. There's already guys who fucking are getting hurt.
Yep, Tyreek Wilson's hurt, and fucking what's the name's down too on the pup list.
No, no, I'm talking about another team. Did you see that fool that the Lions signed from the fucking Eagles?
No,
The charter Gardner Johnson. He had to be
no,
carted off the field already with a knee injury.
wow.
Another dude. This was in training camp, but I think last week,
Oh,
Naheem Hines. Naheem
Hines, yeah,
Hines. He got fucking hit with a jet ski
yep,
out for the year.
out for the year.
Damn, dog. That shit's. That's
Yep,
why, like, it's just we gotta be careful. The training camp's gonna be big, dog, because you know a lot of guys. There's gonna be unfortunately there's gonna be some nicks and shit like that during training camp because the guys are gonna with all that competition. It's gonna create a
get
lot of
rough.
physicality. It's gonna cause
Mhm.
a lot of guys trying to be out there and win jobs out there, bro. So knock on wood. Hopefully, nothing serious or anything like that. But it's just we gotta. That's why these next couple of weeks are gonna be big. That's why there's gonna be more lives coming. More like all that shit. More spontaneous lives. To where if I hear news, I'll bring it to you guys. Like
Yeah,
breaking news. Somebody went down or. And I'll probably do that for around the whole league too, because I'm gonna start, just covering more sports and everything like that too. I'm probably gonna start another channel too, just more sports related, just
for
sports,
sure.
like a sports type show like that. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that shit. So you're gonna just be seeing a lot of news, dog, coming out of this channel and whatever channels that are affiliated with me and low and all that shit. We're just gonna
Hmm.
start bringing a lot of news, man, because it's time, man. Football's time. Football season's here. Shit's gonna start getting. It's gonna start getting wild, man. Fuck, I love football season, man. It's just this is the time of year I live for, man.
Yep. And then tomorrow, I'll be live tomorrow in the morning. We'll talk a little bit more about and then after this week, I'm gonna guarantee you, I'm gonna actually set exactly when I'm gonna be going live, and we'll set everything up, bro. So everybody will be talking about all fucking day long, bro. Like for real, for real. But yeah, we're all gonna be doing some shit, man. I know there's gonna be a lot of us doing shit, so I'm ready for that shit. I'm ready for this, man. I didn't
Yeah,
know we
man.
were gonna do that fucking all sports channel, bro. That's good. Do that shit, dog. Shit.
Yeah, I do a sports
You
show
know,
because I
like
mean,
Gabe, like you know your
I
shit
like
though,
to.
dog. Like for real, for real.
Yeah, because I like to fucking like I watch everything, dog. I be boxing, UFC. Yeah,
Yeah.
I watch soccer. I watch fucking. Yeah, I watch if there's some good tennis on. I watch some tennis. I don't give a fuck, dog. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If there's good golf on. I'm watching golf. You know what I mean? But I mean, if one thing I don't really get into, I won't get into like
Rodeo.
the I haven't got into too much. Like I mean I've seen it lately, and sometimes like lately it has been kind of getting more of my attention, but like the NASCAR type shit, NASCAR and that type of shit. But like, I want to go to an event actually, but like, I'll, hockey, baseball, football, all of that shit, dog. Like, I I, I watch everything, dog, and pretty. I could say like I'm pretty, knowledgeable about most topics. So it's like
Yeah.
just be able to talk my shit, dog. About fucking sports and shit like that. Especially right now on downtime where, I'm still recovering from the back surgery and shit like that. So yeah, man,
Mhm.
just be able to just have everybody informed what shit's happening around the leagues, and and that question right there, who you got, Spencer Crawford? That's a big fucking sporting topic this week, dog. Man,
Mhm.
that's gonna be. I mean, this fight has been in the works for years now, dog, and it's could be one of the biggest fights in history, actually, dog. When it comes down when it's all said and done, because these dudes, they've been wanting to fight. Numbers and promotions haven't really pushed for it because guys fight for A side. I want to be the A side. I want to be this side. I want to get the more of this, but they finally came to an agreement, and what I loved about it is that they took the promoters out of it, dog, and they had a phone call themselves and fucking said, we got to do this shit, bro. You know what I mean? Let's come to an agreement. You know what I mean? Like, I'll conform to some of your shit. You conform to some of my shit, so we won't have to be arguing over that A side B side bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what
Just
I
get the
mean?
shit
So
done.
let's get this shit done for the people. Let's make a ton of fucking money,
Yeah.
and
And
let's
keep
put
it
on a
moving.
fucking show. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Let's put on a show for the fucking people.
Yeah.
I'm I personally like Spence, dog. I like Spence. I want Spence to win, but Crawford's a fucking beast, dog, and he's like when it comes down to these type of fights, like if it was a different type of fighter, like if they weren't so evenly matched, I would I would kind of give it to Spence hands down. But the reason why I don't know why I like in the back of my mind I just have a feeling Crawford's gonna win is because he's more like Spence is more fundamental. He's gonna be throwing more straight rights, straight lefts. He's gonna give you that fucking textbook fucking left hook, textbook right hook. He's gonna give you that hook to the body. And what's his name's more free flowing, dog. Crawford's a more free flowing fighter. Like he's like just like, and it's more unpredictable. So that's where I think he can catch he can catch Spence, dog, and he has power. But if Spence is able to go in there and use his weight, use his body, and push him, bully him around the ring, I think Spence is gonna break him down in the later round. But as far as like as a fair fight like that, if it's just gonna be them going toe to toe like the whole time, I think Crawford gets him, though. I think Crawford gets it because that's how evenly matched this fucking fight is, though. Dog. That's why I can't wait till this fucking fight start. This fight, and then there's on top of that, there's a bonus. You have UFC 291 on Saturday too, dog. To where these the first time these two guys fought could be said as like one of the best UFC fights ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, because these motherfuckers got down, dog. When Gaethje and Poirier first fought in their first fight in 2018, these motherfuckers got down, dog. So, I expect another one like that. So, damn, dog, I'm gonna be watching them on both TVs at the same time. We're gonna be up in Big Bear. We're gonna be chilling. We're going, hey,
Hey,
man.
Gabe, I'm gonna take off, bro. I gotta take this call real quick,
Yeah, for
but
sure, bro.
thank you for pulling up, brother.
I was getting ready to shut down too anyway, because yeah, we're gonna be going more live anyway. So, but yeah, thanks for pulling up, bro. Shit. Yeah, tomorrow you going live too, right?
So I'll be going live at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. There we go, bro.
I'll
I'll
see
be
you
I'll
guys
be there
tomorrow.
too. I'll be there for sure. Yeah.
All right, peace.
Got you, bro. Peace out, bro. Yeah, man, and yeah, just as far as that, man, all other sports and shit like that, I'm gonna be starting another channel too. I'll be starting another channel for like just strictly sports, everything sports. You know what I mean? It's gonna be just a sports channel. But as far as this channel, this channel is always gonna be live. You know what I mean? Because it's Raiders, bro. So That's my that's the bread and butter. You know what I mean? But so we're gonna be doing a lot. We're gonna be seeing a lot of me, especially too. Like I just took some time off where I was doing some stuff, doing some rehab on my back, dog, because doing all that fucking, the physical therapy and shit like that for back surgery, bro, and shit like that. But feeling a lot better, dog. Like I can shit, dog, doing everything around the house pretty much now. So yeah, bro, I just feel a lot better, feel a lot more energetic. Just doing more things now. Football season's right around the corner. So yeah, bro, just stay tuned for everything, on this channel. Stay tuned for everything with the homie Ben. Raider Ben in the chat. He's gonna be going live tomorrow. So Low will be going live in the morning. Ben will be going live in the afternoon. We got Loon up in the community. We got Dirty Raider up in the So shit, dog. All of us, man. We got Raider Twan starting his channel. So shit, we just got a lot of stuff coming, bro. It's a lot of stuff coming. So you're gonna be, you know, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but you're gonna be informed with some Raider news. That's for sure, bro. Just stay tuned on to your YouTube, bro. Just make sure those alerts are on and shit like that. Make sure you like and and tell everybody to fucking subscribe, bro. So that way, what I mean, most of this shit is pushed out. You know what I mean, just so we can get out there, bro. So we could take over this fucking YouTube shit, Raider Nation, bro. We could fucking make a YouTube Raider Nation. Fuck that shit, man. So let's do all that shit, man. And yeah, man, on that shit, that's all I pretty much got for today. That was the big fucking, Marcus Peters news was today. You know what I mean? All of the other stuff, the Jimmy G news over the weekend, and just my thoughts on about this year coming up, and just all of that shit, man. But just that's it, man. That's basically it, man. And hopefully you guys had a fucking good time here, man. Take a rip before we leave and shit. Cause I was talking my ass off today instead of fucking smoking. It was my first day back, dog. So I just have to fucking just get my shit out. Kind of vent a little bit. The other show will be more smoke out hours and shit like that. But just wanted to get back, dog. Just show the nation we back. Show the nation that we've been paying attention. You know what I mean, to everything. Show the nation that just we're gonna be doing some content, man. We're gonna be dropping content. And on that note, guys, fucking stay up, nation. It's all love. You know what I mean. So and it's stay high, stay stay up on that 420, baby, and till the next time, man. Till the fucking next time, for sure. Peace out, man.